What's going on, YouTube? I welcome you to It's Wild Out Here, the channel bringing you the wildest stories from around the world. And today ain't no different, so hit that like and subscribe button because it's wild out here, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Today's story comes from London. Knifeman attacked girlfriend and slashed her family in quadruple murder bloodbath. A knifeman stabbed, cut, and slashed his girlfriend and her family members to death in a violent and brutal drug and alcohol-fueled attack. Jacques, 29, is accused of fatally stabbing girlfriend Samantha Drummonds, 27, her mother Tanysha Ofori-Akuffo, 45, her grandmother Dolet Hill, 64, and Mrs. Hill's partner Denton Burke, 58, on April 25th. Prosecutors say Jacques left a bloodbath in his wake. Police were called to Mrs. Hill's terraced home in South London in the early hours of the morning, finding Mr. Burke's body at the foot of the stairs and the three women in the kitchen. They all suffered numerous stab wounds with one or more knives and were pronounced dead at the scene. Prosecutor Tom Little told jurors on Monday, "This case involves not one death, not two deaths, not even three deaths, but four violent and brutal deaths at the hands of this defendant. All of those deaths occurred during the same incident on the night of Sunday, April 24th into Monday, April 25th. In killing four people, the defendant murdered three generations of one family. There is no dispute or issue other than that it was the defendant that killed all four of the victims and that he did so by attacking them. He did so by stabbing them, cutting them, and slashing them. What you will have to decide is why he did it and what his state of mind was in at the time. This is a clear case of murder, or more accurately, a clear case of quadruple murder." It was the second time Jacques had visited the house where Mr. Burke and Mrs. Hill lived. Mrs. Ofori-Akuffo, also known as Raquel, sometimes stayed at the property to take care of her mother, who was receiving treatment for cancer, while Mrs. Drummonds had been living there as her own flat was undergoing renovation. In the days before the attack, Mrs. Drummonds told her best friend, Ayo Omosui, she believed Jacques was having an episode and had been chatting all night and was fixated on topics. In a voice message sent to Mrs. Omosui on April 24th, she said, "Literally, this weekend has just been a myth. Like, basically, in a nutshell, Josh is basically getting to the point where he could be basically having an episode. Like, I don't know what's triggered him. It's just a myth, isn't it? Obviously, tomorrow is Monday, and obviously doctors are going to get him. He just needs to get his medication, isn't it?" Jacques from Menard Road, Lewisham, Southeast London, has pleaded guilty to their manslaughters but denies murdering them. The trial continues. This is a wild story, y'all. Let us know what y'all think about this man in the comments. And like always, stay safe and stay aware. And remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time on It's Wild Out Here.